What if I told you that Monkey D? Luffy was never meant to become the Pirate King, but something far bigger. For years, everyone believed the One Piece was just a treasure left behind by Gol D. Roger. Gold, power, fame. That's what pirates have been chasing. But what if Roger laughed because he discovered the truth too early? What if the greatest secret in the world isn't a treasure, but destiny? And what if Luffy has already started fulfilling it without even realizing it? The world of One Piece is built on lies. The world government erased an entire century from history. Ancient kingdoms vanished. Powerful civilizations were wiped out. Even speaking about the truth became a crime. But no matter how hard they tried, one thing survived. A promise. A promise carried through generations by people who share the mysterious will of D. Every major event in history seems connected to these people. They appear when the world needs change. They challenge impossible odds. And they smile in the face of death. Sound familiar? Because that's exactly who Luffy is. But here's where things get interesting. Most people think Joy Boy was simply a legendary figure from the past. Someone who failed to keep a promise. But what if Joy Boy wasn't a person? What if Joy Boy is a role? A role that appears whenever the world reaches a breaking point. 800 years ago, someone became Joy Boy and failed. Today, Luffy has inherited that role. Think about everything Luffy has done. He liberated Alabasta. He saved Skypiea. He destroyed Enies Lobby. He brought freedom to Dressrosa. He challenged emperors. He freed Wano. Everywhere he goes, chains break. Kingdoms become free. People smile again. It's almost as if the world itself is guiding him toward a single purpose. And then came the moment that changed everything. Gear 5. Not just a new transformation. Not just a power-up. A revelation. The drums of liberation echoed across the battlefield. Ancient legends came alive. Even the 5 elders panicked. Why? Because they weren't afraid of a pirate. They were afraid of what Luffy represents. Freedom. The one thing the world government cannot control. And that's when the biggest clue appears. The ancient weapons. Pluton, Poseidon, Uranus. 3 powers capable of shaking the entire world. Most fans believe they'll be used in a final war. But what if their real purpose isn't destruction? What if they were created to destroy something much bigger? The Red Line. Think about it. The Red Line divides the oceans, separates people, creates conflict, controls trade, controls travel, controls the world itself. If the Red Line were destroyed, all 4 seas would unite into one massive ocean. The All Blue would finally exist. Sanji's dream would come true. Laboon could reunite with Brook. Fishman Island could rise to the surface. The entire world would become free. A world with no barriers. A world where everyone can sail wherever they want. A world perfectly matching everything Luffy stands for. And suddenly, Roger's laughter makes sense. He discovered the truth. The One Piece wasn't just treasure. It was a plan to unite the entire world into one piece. One ocean, one world, one freedom. But Roger arrived too early. The conditions weren't ready. The right people hadn't been born. Joy Boy hadn't returned. So Roger laughed. Not because the treasure was funny. Because after searching his entire life, he realized someone else would have to finish the story. Someone carrying the same spirit. Someone who could make the impossible happen. Someone like Luffy. And that's why the final war won't be about becoming Pirate King. That's only the beginning. The real battle will decide the future of the world itself. The world government versus freedom. Control versus dreams. Fear versus hope. And standing at the center of it all will be a boy who just wanted to become the freest man on the sea. The boy who accidentally became the world's greatest symbol of liberation. The boy destined to complete the promise that has waited 800 years. Monkey D, Luffy. But that's just a theory. What do you think the One Piece really is? Is it a legendary treasure, a hidden truth, or the key to uniting the entire world? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this theory, make sure to like, subscribe, and join the crew for more One Piece mysteries and theories. Because trust me, the biggest secrets of the Grand Line may still be waiting to be discovered.